What? Well, welcome once again to the Not a Lot of People Know That Part 2. Or in other words, Nick's verbal diarrhea for the second time running. You lucky lot. Now you're out there holding in your sweaty palms and all them grubby little fingers and hands are holding the second re-released singles box set from Iron Maiden. The second week's Now We're Running. Now we're onto a cruise. Women in Uniform, you've just listened to it. Invasion, you've just listened to it. Phantom of the Opera, you just listened to it. Oh, and Twilight Zone and Rothschild, both Harry Harris, Bomber Harris compositions of the most outstandingly stunning performances. Marvellous. Well, look here. Woman in Uniform. Now then, Harry, you slipped up there. Listen, don't tell him, but you know it wasn't a song written by Harry, see? Well, he knows that anyway, doesn't he? What? Anyway, Woman in Uniform, written by the McCainch brothers. I think I pronounced that right, lads, if you're listening. Well, too fucking bad if I ain't. I'm very sorry, but anyway, nevertheless. Aussie band, Skyhooks, I believe they were called, the name of the band. First originally recorded this Woman in Uniform. Boys decided to do it. Released this single, 27th of October, 1980. And, well, great song. You know, good song and all that. As I say, you've got Invasion and Phantom of the Opera live. My goodness, aren't you lucky people? Gosh, I don't even have this stuff at home. You know what? I'll tell you, one of the reasons that we're releasing all these bits and pieces through EMI, not only to celebrate 10 years with such a great company as EMI, but not a lot of us have got a complete set of their singles and all that stuff, so it's really just so we can get the whole collection going. Yeah, so anyway, nevertheless, right. Now, Mike Kenny made his debut in the video of as Eddie, I do believe, on the very first promo video. Well, I'd say the first promo, the Invasion video, was the first rock promo, one of the first rock promos by a British rock band. I suppose if you think Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody was close to that, you know, I think they were probably the very first man. But it was quite visionary if you think of the importance of videos now. You get it? Quite vision. Yeah, all right, okay, we'll cut the crap and get on with it. All right. So, there you go. First time the band's ever released an A-side by somebody else. And, yeah, that's cool. And, by the way, Invasion was part of the band's, the stage set that the boys used to use in the late 70s. And originally, it was released on the Soundhouse tapes. We all know about the Soundhouse tapes. Take that if you don't. Whoa, give you... Oh, I didn't want to hit it so hard. Anyway, Invasion, yeah, was on the Soundhouse tapes, and Steve and the guys decided to record a proper studio version of this song, so that's why that was redone, basically. And Phantom was recorded at the Marquee in July 1980. Oh, yes, the poor you lucky Maidenettes and Maiden guys and all that out there. 4 dates in 1 week to wind up their summer UK tour, 1980. Can you remember that? What a great time. Did Top of the Pops live again, by the way, and the guys did a sound check. This is not a lot of people know this, and they did a sound check in the afternoon. And a minute before the performance, the sound monitoring engineer turned around and says, "I'm not going to have this. You're too loud. We're going to turn it down." And they messed around with all the twiddly knobs and everything on the desk, right? And it totally poxed it all up. So the boys vowed never to play. I said Top of the Pops, didn't I? Well, you know that company that on the last thing I was trying to think of an abbreviation for, right? Well, you know what I'm talking about, right? Well, it's the Bleeding Bodge Up Company. That's what it is, and that's what they done to them. So it's only videos now, and that's it. Boom. So you lucky lot. Ooh, Twilight Zone and Rothschild, both, as I said, Harry Harris compositions. Released the 2nd of March, 1981. Got the chart position 31. Not bad, eh? Oh, by the way, the Women in Uniform and Invasion and that got a 35. I think I forgot to mention that. If I did mention it, too kin bad, all right? So, Twilight Zone and Rothschild, that was recorded as part of a Killers session at the turn of 80 and 81. Now, Martin, he actually couldn't be there at this particular session, so the boys produced Twilight Zone themselves. Quite clever when you think about it, aren't they? Playing it and producing it at the same time. Amazing. Anyway, so they decided to release this Twilight Zone on the Killers album. And so the boys and Rod sent a telex over to Japan, see, and explaining all the details of the song. So the Japanese, they're funny lot, aren't they? they took it literally. And the song was printed as Details of Twilight Zone. My goodness, that's a cracker, isn't it? By the way, boys and girls, if you know your trivia, Mr. Adrian Smith joined the band in that particular part of time, didn't he? Yeah, now, Twilight Zone, this happened to be Adrian's first single with the band. Now, not a lot of people will remember that, but then again, probably they would. So I'll stuff it in my pipe and smoke it. H joined the band in September 1980, and as you know, on the back of this, or as it's a double A side, it was Rothschild, and Adrian had to learn Rothschild. Sort of he's part of his audition, you know. He also had to show the boys that he could kick a football and down a pint of beer in 5 seconds. Oh, well, he managed both of them with no problem. Now, Rothschild, he had to do the business. Well, all I can say is this. He must have done a fucking good job, hasn't he? Eh? Because he's steaming, and he's right there, see? So, not a lot of people knew that either. So anyway, that's H's audition out the way, and he was all happening, and went out on a tour in 1980 and autumn 80 and 81 and all this. And, well, there you go. And as it happens, as I said, the session that they did with the Twilight Zone and Rothschild came out so well that they released it as a double A. And by the way, as we're talking about musicians, I've got a joke for you. I'm not going to like it very much, but you might, all right? So here it is. What do you call somebody that hangs around with musicians? Oh, no, not that one, surely. All right, a bloody drummer, all right? Now I've said it. And now all the boys are happy I've got that one out the way. Thanks a lot, Rod. There you go. Oh, by the way, I was in a band called Trust around that period of time, and in fact, the boys, we came out with Iron Maiden on their Keyless tour of Great Britain, and not a lot of people know that either. But we had a great time. We did about 3.5 weeks with the band, and we had a serious. It was great. Well, what can I say? Not a lot anymore. I think I've just about covered all that one. So I'm going down the pub to have a beer. Ta-da! You've reached the McBrain residence. Now look, don't mess around. You paid for the phone call. Use it. Leave your name, your number, all that good mumbo jumbo, and we'll get right back to you after the tone. Bye!